Here's what I'm trying to wrap my head around. If you're innocent, why are you desperately trying to prove your innocence by freaking out on social media and television? So what everybody's been talking about lately is the Epstein documents, and we now have new information about Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew, even Stephen Hawking I was surprised to hear about. The documents actually quote Bill Clinton saying that he likes young girls, even the activity that Prince Andrew was involved in with underage girls on Epstein Island. In fact, there were some new documents today with Epstein survivor Sarah Ransom alleging that there were videotapes involving the high-profile associates. Definitely a lot more information has been coming out, a lot of shocking evidence, but what I also found pretty shocking is how the mainstream media has been reacting to all of this, especially left-wing celebrities. Now, probably the last show on Earth that I actually want to talk about is The View, because it's so blatant with all their propaganda. Watching it just makes me want to vomit. But I have to mention this segment where they are talking about the Epstein documents, and they actually tell people we shouldn't be talking about the names. None of this stuff can be proven, and conspiracy theorists, they don't want to hear the facts.
What's important for us to note is we shouldn't be repeating names that are on the list, because just because your name has, not on the list, but in the documents, just because your name is on the documents doesn't mean that you have done anything criminally irresponsible or illegal or civilly irresponsible.
Or that you were a client.
Or that you were a client.
Right.
It only really, these documents as I read them, only reflect Epstein's sexual assaults of women and his sexual behavior.
Yeah, that's actually not true. It also describes Bill Clinton and Prince Andrew's sexual behavior.
I think that...
And Ghislaine? Also?
And Ghislaine.
Oh.
And so being named in this suit does not equate to being accused of wrongdoing. And I think that is extremely important, because conspiracy theorists seem to not understand or enjoy facts.
Now, of course, I will admit that what she's correct about is that many of the people on this list aren't exactly proven of any criminal activity or their wrongdoing, but the public should at least be asking questions about these people, at the very least. Where she's wrong is to dismiss people that want to ask questions as conspiracy theorists. That is just a convenient way to shut down any discussion about the topic. And clearly, they're doing this to divert your attention away from the Epstein documents. They don't want you to even be thinking about it. They want you to be distracted by the next thing. Now, I wasn't really suspicious of Whoopi Goldberg until she started defending herself.
I have to explain, because there was a fake list. Apparently, there are a lot of these kind of sites that are, what do you call them? They're
parody or
they're satire.
So what Whoopi Goldberg is actually referring to here are memes and jokes that are being made about her being on a list. None of it was meant to be taken seriously, and I don't think anybody has been seriously accusing her of being associated with Jeffrey Epstein or going to the island or any of that. One thing that seems to be very common with leftists is that they don't respond very well to humor, especially jokes that are being made about them. So when she starts freaking out on The View about a couple of memes and jokes about her, what is that really saying? If you're innocent, why are you trying to prove yourself on a television program because of what a few memes said about you? It's a little suspicious, don't you think? Now, let's just say that there was some damning evidence about Trump's involvement with Epstein, which, by the way, the documents indicate that he is exonerated from all of this. He never went to the island. He did everything in his power to stop Jeffrey Epstein when he was president. But if the kind of information about Bill Clinton was really about Trump in this scenario, I think The View would be reacting much differently. And what these celebrities think that they can rely upon is the mainstream media backing up this narrative. So for the 5,000 people that actually watch The View, they're getting this notion planted in their head that the documents are basically nothing to be concerned about. And this also reminds me of how Jimmy Kimmel reacted to Aaron Rodgers suggesting that he was on the Epstein list.
Something to do with the Epstein list that came out?
Feels like
That's supposed to be coming out soon.
Look, this guy's been waiting in his wine cellar. Yeah. I've been waiting in my wine cellar for this thing.
A lot of people, including Jimmy Kimmel, are really hoping that doesn't.
All right. Obviously, a clip from this particular program was run on Jimmy Kimmel's show whenever Aaron brought up the list, and then Jimmy mocked him for it. Aaron has not forgotten about that, but here we are, sitting right in front of that nice bottle of scotch. What do you say? I'm waiting to celebrate something.
Oh, yeah.
Something
He's been waiting
That's
for
the
that.
one.
You've been waiting for
Yeah, I'll tell you what, if that list comes out, I definitely will be popping some sort of bottle.
Now, of course, the documents don't prove anything about Jimmy Kimmel, but I think Aaron Rodgers was just simply trying to make a joke here. Jimmy Kimmel is a comedian, not a very funny one in my opinion, but he constantly makes jokes about Trump and his family. But when a joke is made about him, look at how defensive he gets. The irony is that he makes a living off of making jokes about others, but then he can't take a joke himself.
What do you say to people who think that those comments are offensive?
Be offended.
Not to mention, he also makes a living off of his show, which is a propaganda machine for the left. So if it were me in this situation and I was actually innocent, I just wouldn't say anything. Why should I draw all this attention, all this unnecessary suspicion on myself?
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm!
Hope you enjoyed this video. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content. Thanks for watching Inverted World.
But you caught me on the counter. Wasn't me. Calm down!